What to do if the appraisal report comes back below the accepted offer price. Now, there are several things that you can do in order to mitigate the situation. I'm going to walk you through every single one of them. My name is LJ Aguinaga. I'm a real estate broker at LJ Realties. If you've enjoyed this video at all and appreciate the content, please hit the like and subscribe button below. It's what keeps me motivated to keep outputting the content. There are 4 options that you can do when this happens. And let's break down the order that I probably suggest you should do these in. So the very first thing, if you have an appraisal that you're unhappy with, is you can have your broker challenge the appraisal report. Have him prepare a set of comparables to justify why the property is worth what you believe it is worth in order to make sure that you can maintain the financing that you were expecting to get on this property. The second alternative you can do is ask for another appraisal. Banks are always allowed to call in a second appraisal report for a second opinion, and that can also help justify what the reality is here. The third thing you can do is go back to the sellers and explain to them, hey, we now have 2 appraisal reports, we've done all the comparables, the reality is the property is not appraising for what we were willing to pay. And because of that, we're gonna have to put down a lot more money if we wanna get into this property. Now the reality is we don't have the extra money to actually do this, or you also pitch the fact that if we're having this problem, any other buyer is going to have this problem, and ultimately nobody's going to want to overpay for this property. So we need you to bring the price down. We're going to have to do a price reduction in order to make this deal work. Finally, the fourth option we have is you can always cover the spread. So if you do have the funds available and you really want this property and you expect it to go up and you expect it to be a great investment, you can put in the difference out of your own pocket, understanding that the bank didn't appraise for it, and that likely means that it's probably worth less than what you're currently paying for it. But if you're okay with that, that is definitely an option that is on the table. So this video summarizes all the things that you can do whenever an appraisal report comes back below the accepted offer price. Of course, you want to make sure that you and your broker have gone through the comparables and really understand what you're offering before getting yourself into the situation. I'd say it probably happens in our market about once to twice a year out of about 150 sales that we're looking at, but it's still something that is a reality in the market, and we're probably going to start to see it a little bit more in this market shift that we've been seeing. Thank you so much for watching this video. I look forward to seeing you next week.